Osagefu Sekou is on the line with us, Freeman Fellow with the Fellowship of Reconciliation, which is the oldest, largest interfaith peace organization in the United States. He's also the pastor for Formation and Justice at the First Baptist Church of Jamaica Plain, Massachusetts, and has been in and is in Ferguson, was there last night, is there now. FergusonAction.com, by the way, the website. Reverend Sekou, welcome to the program. Welcome back.
Oh, it's a blessing to be back, dear brother. I appreciate you keeping track of the best of the Fourth Estate.
Thank you very much. I'm curious your take on everything that's happened in the last 20 hours or so.
I mean, well, let us begin with the fundamental truth that on August 9th, our son laid in the street for 4.5 hours. His body was not met with the dignity of a funeral rite, a coroner, or an EMT, but police dogs, backup of police in riot gear. And then as his community took to the streets to bear witness to the essential violation of his humanity, they were met with tear gas, tanks, rubber bullets, and media and character assassination. And so after a long, torturous 100-some-odd days, that they have not found any justice. At every level of government, these young people and this community has been betrayed. And so they found themselves going to the street and being angry and expressing a righteous indignation that included property destruction. But we must be clear. We must never value property over people. We must never lose track of the blood in the street and the blood-stained makeshift memorials that mark the American landscape all over this country. Every other day, a black mother or a brown mother is writing a funeral program that will perhaps be the elegy of democracy. And so as West Florissant burned last night, it meant that democracy is on fire.
Yeah, very well said. People talk of this as some pieces of this anyway, as a legal issue. It seems to me that it's a cultural issue. We have this is embedded in the American culture. There are issues of race and culture that are just not being addressed, it seems, and even this, holding this press conference at 9 o'clock at night or 8 o'clock, yes, I guess local time. It's like, oh, hey, let's light up the night. Why not do it the next morning? And if you wanted time to prepare, I'm astonished.
But it seems the case that is not simply a cultural issue. I believe it is a spiritual issue, and I don't mean spirituality necessarily connected to a holy other. I'm talking about the soul of the nation, which is democracy, is at stake. When young people cannot find any recourse in the justice system, and when elders and politicians and presidents are constantly telling them, trust the system, let the system play itself out. And then when that system betrays them, our call is for calm. Those who want peace without protest are like Christians who want the resurrection without the crucifixion. What we have seen last night, we saw Leslie McSpadden, the dignity of mothers who have suffered police brutality on the bodies of their children, literally collapse before 1,000 spectators because she could not get any justice. She was hoping, given all the information that she had, she still held out faith in this system, and the system betrayed her. And so tear gas and rubber bullets and militarized vehicles, and to my understanding, we got reports that even dogs were brought out last night. Yes, young people were upset. Yes, they destroyed property. Yes, they set fires. But the reality is that their life is always under destruction. The realities is that they can be burned by poverty every day. Every time they walk into a school, they're burned by poverty. Every time they walk down the street, they're burned by police brutality. And so this has really presented a question before the nation. What kind of country are you going to be?
Yeah.
Are you going to be the kind of country that runs around the world exporting democracy and telling people how to engage as citizens while making it abundantly clear to black youth that their lives do not matter?
You mentioned Leslie McSpadden, the mother of Michael Brown. She and his father, Michael Brown Sr., issued a joint statement and, saying that they were profoundly disappointed that the killer of their child will not face the consequences of his actions, and, asking for a peaceful reaction and positive change. One sentence really struck me. They say, "Join with us in our campaign to ensure that every police officer working the streets in this country wears a body camera." This is the most clear and specific call for action that I've heard from the family. Do you see that? I mean, it seems like a very, very reasonable and appropriate call for action and organizing principle. Is there anything happening around that?
I mean, well, in Canfield, that emerges out of the struggle in Canfield. There are a group, Cop Watch Canfield, Cop Watch Ferguson, started by David Witt, that provides cameras to civilians to police the police. And then there's been a number of calls from the Don't Shoot Coalition and others for these various forms of legal redress and policy redress around police behavior, police technology that will ensure the safety of the citizens and hold citizens accountable. And so, I mean, just imagine as a parent that you could not grieve your child alone, but you had to grieve your baby with the rest of the world and watch your child be persecuted, watch your child be mocked, watch your child be taken advantage of by the justice system while being betrayed by every level of government and the vast majority of civic institutions in the country. And so there should be a law, I think, that every time you say Leslie McSpadden's name, you have to stand up because of the dignity that she's displayed in the face of indignity.
Very, very well said. Where is the Fellowship of Reconciliation going with this?
Well, we've been on the ground for close to 100 days. We have staff in from around the countries and partners like Intelligent Mischief, as well as folks from the Baptist Peace Fellowship and Border Links and Stony Point, and a variety of organizations who are working with us to try to keep track of these questions. We've done a number of trainings in nonviolent civil disobedience and tactics. We'll continue that work, and we'll do all we can to stand with and stand behind these young people who have kept the flickering light of democracy alive in these dark days.
Yeah. Reverend Sekou, you're doing extraordinary work, and we just have a few seconds left. Any sense of what might happen this afternoon or tonight?
Well, there'll be an action today. Folks are meeting at 12 noon Central Time in Keener Plaza, and there's an action that will come for that. And I'll say, as I always say, we have already won.
I'm sorry?
We have already won.
Oh, we have already. Oh, okay. Indeed. Reverend Sekou, thank you so much for being with us today.
All righty. Bless you, dear brother.
Thank you. Thank you.